Hey FlossTube, I'm Kathleen and this is StitchuationNormal episode 24. Welcome, welcome back, welcome for the first time, just welcome. I'm Kathleen and this is my cross stitch channel and I'm just gonna chat your ear off basically. So buckle up for that. I have a special Mom's Minute this week. It's very different than other Mom's Minute. I have a bunch of WIPS because I've been busy. I have our giveaway winners. So stay tuned for that, and some more haul because I'm out of control, but not really, but maybe. So a little life update. I got a lot of stitching done this week because, well, good and bad. We've been put here in Ontario under a stay-at-home order, so we can really only go get groceries. That's the only thing we can do, and exercise, walking around, that kind of thing. So I've been like guilt-free stitching, which feels so good. Not that I should ever feel guilty when stitching, but when you're forced to stay home, it's like, okay, well, I guess I better just stitch. That's what I'm supposed to do. If you go into Walmart, you can only get groceries. Everything else is taped off. Like, you can't even buy it. So this is the strictest it's been the entire time, for whatever reason now is. But our hospitals are at capacity, so it's necessary, and it's a little sad, but hopefully we get through it soon. I'm gonna stay positive. We're positive, sending out positivity to everyone watching and everyone else in Ontario that's kind of stuck at home. The boys will be doing online learning. It starts this week and I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just thinking, you know what, when we do it, we're gonna do it, and I thought of like some different like rewards for them to keep them motivated, and they want to have a sleepover with each other, like them both sleep in one room, which we've never done before, maybe once. So they're like, oh, we're gonna do so good at online learning so we can have our sleepover. So I don't know, you just kind of have to make things fun, I guess. Comments from last week. Oh wait, here's another little life update. This is the only other exciting thing. My husband took the Christmas lights off the house. Does anyone else have their Christmas lights still up? We can't really take them down off the roof until it's not snowy and slick. It's not really safe too after Christmas, so because we put them on the roof. It's up high, so we try to get them down before May, so we did it this year. Okay, comment. So we're doing the giveaway, right? And I wanted you all to leave a comment about your favorite Beatles song if you had one. I know there's some people that just aren't Beatles fans. That's fine, that's allowed, but most of you left a song and I loved reading them all. Lisa Wanamaker, sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong, Lisa W, I should just say to be safe. She told me to listen to Steven Tyler singing the Abbey Road medley, and that was at the Kennedy Center. It was in honor of Paul McCartney. And so I put that on when I was going through all the comments, and it was so fun to listen to. So I'm gonna send you the link to that in the description below in case you wanna watch that, Paul McCartney fan. And then after that, I put on James Corden's Carpool Karaoke with Paul McCartney, because I love that. I've watched it a few times, and so I just took in the Beatles as I was reading all of your Beatles comments, and it was really fun. I'm gonna link the James Corden Carpool Karaoke because it's amazing. And a lot of you chose the song Let It Be, and Paul McCartney talks about Let It Be in the Carpool Karaoke, and it is such a beautiful story, so I'm not gonna spoiler it, but it is such a beautiful story, and it was one that actually Carpool Karaoke came out a month before my dad passed away. So he watched it and he loved it and he talked about it a lot. And when he was in hospice, it came on TV again and we watched it, and there's a part where James Corden says that he wished his granddad could see him singing with Paul in the car because his granddad was such a Beatles fan, and Paul was like, he can see you. And my dad, that meant so much to my dad. Like, he took that as truth. I guess it's Paul McCartney. He's a Beatle. Like, so like to my dad, and my dad grew up, my mom and dad both, that's their generation. They grew up like with Beatles mania. And so he was like, if a Beatles telling him that there's, you know, our loved ones can see us on the other side, that's good enough for my dad. I mean, he was a man of faith. Like, he has his religious beliefs, but it was very sure about Paul McCartney saying that. So I love that. I wanted to share that with you. I hope you don't mind me sharing. I'll take any chance I get to talk about my dad because I don't really get to talk about him since he passed away. But I loved absorbing myself in the Beatles. My dad's favorite Beatles song was, well, he had a bunch, but The Long and Winding Road was one of his favorites, and that is part of the Blackbird Designs Magical Mystery Tour. No, am I saying that right? Magical Mystery Tour, I was saying it right. I just distract myself sometimes. The second I hit the button, I doubt myself on everything. Like last week when I was like Stark, and then I'm like Starch. Why would I say Starch? I've never said Starch in my life for white, but it was Stark. Anyways, you guys are good. You have a good chuckle with me. I am so sorry if I scared anyone last episode with my Ursula voice when I put it in slow motion, shouting at my children. A few of you, I know it did get startled, a few of you had a good chuckle with that as well. And the boys did get their ice cream sandwiches after, because some of you were worried. They were like, we can't hear them, they're good, they deserve it. They did, they got their ice cream sandwiches, and they'll get another one today if they're quiet, which they are, they're good. I get so distracted with noise, I hear every little thing. I'm distracted by this piece of hair right here, but it's not going anywhere for the rest of the video, so it's there. Anyways, okay, so I told about my dad. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my mom. We're gonna have this is our little teeny Beatles break. I won't keep it long. It'll be short, our short little Beatles break. But my mom, she sings Ticket to Ride, but she sings it in the style of the Carpenters, like Karen Carpenter. My mom's voice sounds just like Karen Carpenter. So she sings Ticket to Ride when we do karaoke. And on my honeymoon, my husband sang Obla-dee Obla-da. We did karaoke. We went to the Bahamas. That was many years ago. And then, oh, but his favorite is Maxwell's Silver Hammer. He loves a good storytelling song, so he likes that one. And I think that's all I'll share about those. That was a big Beatles break. But you know what? Because we did our Beatles break, let's just do a giveaway winner right now. There's 2 winners, okay? So I'm gonna do the first one because it's my channel, I do what I want. So first winner, let's see. Let's pull a winner. Okay, our first winner is Zan Lansiddle. X-A-N, Lansiddle. I think it's Zan. So sorry, I'm just the worst at reading names. I really am. You have won a project bag from Gamma's Treasure Shop. And I will link that shop below so you can see. Dawn makes the most beautiful bags. I put on my Instagram a little scroll through of her shop. She's added more in. So you get to choose a bag and I will get you in touch with Dawn and you will get your free bag. Congratulations, our first winner. But stay tuned because there's a second winner. Oh, and I should say what song you chose. It was Hey Jude. So, okay, one last little thing about the Beatles. More so about music, because last week's Mom's Minute I shared a piece she had cross-stitched about music. And I just want to speak to the power of music because when my dad was in hospice, sometimes he would just lay there, his eyes would be closed, but he would talk, but he was just laying there. He couldn't do much. He was very, very weak. And then closer to the end, he just wasn't really talking much at all. And so oh, a call is coming through. I put my thing on Do Not Disturb. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and a call came through, but that's okay. So my dad he was not speaking much. Near the end, he was just laying there. And so we weren't really sure what he was taking in and what he wasn't. And we put on some Beatles and we put on some CCR and his finger would just tap or his toe would just tap and we knew he could hear us and he was still with us. And even the day that he passed, he would still tap his fingers, his toes, and that's the power of music. That's what I wanted to say. So, Beatles break over. Okay, Mom's Minute. So this week's Mom's Minute, I'm the mom. Like normally I share a piece that my mom did. Well, I'm the mom and I'm sharing a piece that my son has done. So my son, he's 7, he wanted to get into cross stitch and he's been asking me for a while, but our dollar stores are closed, so I couldn't get him like one of those plastic canvas ones, like with the plastic needle or anything. So we had to go old school the way that I taught. So I gave him a couple books to look through and he chose this book, 101 Warm Fuzzies, book 1. It's a leisure arts. And he chose, it's hard to see it on here, but he chose this orca. I swear I didn't sway him in any way to pick that one. I actually kind of tried to get him not to do it because it was hard, but he wanted to do that. So I taught him the way that I learned. I got like a little hoop and some Ada and this is his start on his orca. He wants to do a line every day on it. So I helped him with the counting and all that for his first one. And the thing I think he's remembers the most about it is like to pinch his tail so he doesn't lose it on here. But he loves working on it. So basically we've just got the start of the orca's bottom fin and the start of the belly there going. So it's slow going. He spent half an hour the first time and I think got maybe 8 stitches in, but he's doing great. I think the thing I loved the most was watching him try and do his first X, and like the focus and precision, the fine motor skills that he had to use that he does not have. I love that. I love seeing him gain new skills. So he wants to do a line every day. I told him if he finishes it, he can come on here as maybe a guest and show his finished piece, and he was very excited about that thought. He has a bunch of charts that he has seen on Etsy that he wants to stitch, like Mario and all that. And I'm like, well, you know how long it takes to do a small piece, so that's his first start. So that's Mom's Minute this week. Is I'm the proud mom, and this is my 7-year-old son's first stitch. So that's Mom's Minute. Now we have WIPS. And I have a lot of WIPS. A lot of WIPS for me, I think, I would say. So as we know, I'm doing Strawberry Fields Forever. I'm doing the Strawberry Pickin' 21 Sal with Merritt Crawford. We are hosting that. And I have been working on, and this is where all the Beatles talk came from, of course, is this Blackbird Designs chart, Strawberry Fields Forever. There we go. I don't know if I said it, but they do have the Long and Winding Road, which I said was my dad's favorite, so I probably will have to get that eventually. I only have this one so far and Eleanor Rigby, but I'm looking forward to stitching them all because now I want to get them all. Okay, so that's the chart, and here's what I have done. I'm stitching it on a light taupe 28 count, I think Lugana. Let me see. 28 count Lugana, yep, light taupe. And if you remember, I didn't like how dark the gate was in the front here. So I switched them for lighter colors, but I started here and then I thought this blue is not gonna work. So I have to take out this blue chevron and replace it with one of these. I think it's this one in the middle. So this is what I've done on it. I put the red gate in, I put this in, and whatever this is. Tell me in the comments what you think this is. Some people say it's an urn. I think it could be an urn, but I don't know. And then I put this whole brick gate in, and I love, love, love how light the gray is there. That to me is more how I would like my piece to look. So yeah, I do just need to switch the blue of this is switching out. This will now be this color. And this row of like the bluey, I mean, I like how it looks there, but it doesn't match with everything else. It needed to be more gray. So then it'll be this gray here. We'll switch. So that's what I'm gonna do this week and maybe work on this. This week I did a 3-day on and then moved to the next project kind of thing. And I really liked it. It was really fun. Because I was coming off of I was coming off of March Stitchy Madness where I had like a new piece every day, and then I was like, oh. So this was fun. Strawberry Fields Forever. I'll show it next so you can see the gate next to this. See how I've kind of lightened that? So I have the fun little strawberry border. I'm doing the DMC, the called for DMC. And it's not perfect, we'll say that. So then I worked on a couple of Kathy Barrick pieces. Riley Harbor, which I'll show here, and I finished this house here. Oh, this is hard for me to hold up. I don't know what's happening. Okay, there we go. So I finished this house. This one was already done. I finished this one. I started this house, and before I could even finish this house, I was like, I need to just get the waves in. I want to get the waves in. So I got the waves in, and then I was like, oh, I want to start the whale. I want to see what it looks like, because I'm doing the called for DMC. This is a 18 count fiddler's cloth and fiddler's light, Ada. I'm saying a lot of things. It's all of those things. And and I'm stitching with the Crawford DMC, but I switched out. This was the DMC color for the water, and it's a beautiful color. But I ordered this silk, hand-dyed silks from FlossTube's very own Almond M&Ms in New York, and this is the color it is. So it's a slightly different color, but I love how it looks in here, and I love the variegation on it. So I'm gonna hold it closer so you can see. Hope my nails are clean. Sorry if they're not. Oh, I just love it. These waves were so much fun to do. There's more waves, but I can't have all the fun at once. I have to earn a little fun too by making some houses. So that was the first change I made. And then the second change I made was, this is the color of the whale for the DMC. Of course there was Classic Colorworks. There was an overdyed, but then I did hand dyed by Rolanda, number 43 I believe this one is. And I love how it looks for the whale. So look at that variegation there. So it was very fun. I'm like, I'm gonna build a house and do a line of the whale, because the whale is a big whale. It's gonna be a lot of whale. But this is a very fun piece. I am having a lot of fun doing it and trying new things, like picking my own colors and all that. It's fun. I was never confident doing that before, and I'm getting there. Same as choosing fabric. That's probably my weak point, is choosing the right fabric, as we know from Home for Christmas. Choosing something too light or it doesn't match with the colors. And I want to get into some fun fabrics too, but in due time, we'll say. So then I worked on My Mother's House, also by Barrick. This was the first fancy chart, I guess you could say. That's what I would call it, that I bought. That wasn't like an Etsy cutesy whatever kind of chart. It was the first one I was like, I love that and I want to stitch it. So this is what I've got done on it so far. I started this big huge flower. I finished this small flower. I'm sorry, this is a mess, me trying to show you everything today. Wow. Okay. So I finished this small flower. There's a lot of detail in here, like it's a lot of color changes. These are just DMC, there's no variegated, but it gives a variegated look, I want to say. So then I did the outline of this big flower, added that in, its stem, added a little row of black. I think I screwed something up, but I moved, one of these is over too close. One of these actually, sorry, and backwards. And I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. But yeah, so it's coming along. There's just so many color changes in the big flower, as you can see. So it's a lot of work doing this one. And I think the reward is worth it because it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And then I was doing the Made to Create Sal by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'll show a picture of, it's a mystery stitch along, so I'll show you what it looks like here. And I'm sorry, I keep touching my hair because I don't know, I haven't really curled it in a while, and I wanted to show off for you guys, so I curled it, and now I don't know. Anyways, okay, so Caterpillar Cross Stitch, I did March Stitchy Madness, so I fell behind 2 parts for the stitch along, so I'm trying to just catch up, and this is what I've been able to do. I had done the E and this strand and these 2 things, and then the second and third part came out, so I did this, which is a pair of scissors, and there's some like diamond painting squares, and aren't they cute? I have these scissors. I think everyone probably has a pair of them. And then I started, this is going to be an R, so this is a hoop and a paintbrush, and there's like a quilting star here, and then it's gonna be an R. So that's what I'm working on now. And like I said, part 4 comes out in a few days. So I'm trying to just catch up on that a little bit because it's really, really fun to stitch. All these colors, it's just so bright. It's a happy piece. I really like stitching it. So this is one that I'm like, oh, I wish I would have like chosen a fun fabric to stitch this on, but I didn't know, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to start choosing fabrics that weren't called for, or I don't know, using my imagination. I'm getting there though. So that's Made to Create by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and it's a stitch along. So, and I know quite a few of you are doing it as well. It's really fun. So we'll see if I can keep up with that, because I would like to keep up with that. Then my last WIP, well actually I have my secret WIP that I can't show, but I did put a little sneak on Instagram in my stories, so I might do that again because I am working on it, but I want to have something to show you for that work. We'll get there. But we have Little Women by Michael Jolly, which is this chart that I'm trying not to let glare. I keep it in this to keep it safe though, so I don't want to like keep taking it out. And this is what I've done on it. I'm working on, so it's 9 pages, and I'm working on trying to finish the middle page and then working out to all the other pages. So I worked on Meg. I did this chunk in here. This is kind of what I did, and a little bit in here. I've done a little bit on other pages, but I've mostly focused on the middle page. And I still have to do all the back stitching for this, but we have a little bit of each girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you what, like I'm not gonna show you the chart, but I made a copy of the chart so that I could color on it. So like, this is what I've done of the one page. So I still have like half up here, and it's like, I'll put it upside down too, but like, look at that. Okay. So I am loving this. This is stitched on 25 count cream Lugana. Also, my mother's house is stitched on 25 count cream Lugana. I think I forgot to say that. I think. Sometimes I'm so lazy, my words just come out as not what I think I'm saying. So yeah, this is stitched 2/2. And my mother's house is stitched with 3 strands of DMC over 2, which probably was overkill, but I wanted to make sure it was good coverage. So yeah, so this has some that are blended floss, so 1 strand of one color, 1 strand of another, and there's half stitches, quarter stitches, back stitch, front stitch, fancy diving too. Just kidding. So those are my WIPs. Oh, I wanted to share this tip at the beginning, but I forgot. And maybe you guys all know it. I didn't know it. I watched Jenny, Long Dog Stitcher, fellow FlossTuber, and she uses this method to hold onto her WIPs or maybe her finished pieces, and so does Rocio, Kokahama Stitchery. She did this in her, she did her Lady Den tour, like her craft room tour, and I saw that she also uses method. So it's like you take a hanger and you hang your pieces, you iron them and then hang them on there. So I ironed my pieces. I felt like a grown-up doing that, like, because I feel like such a kid, or like I'm so immature, especially in the stitch world. I am immature, but I was like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. So I didn't want there to be like pinch mark on it. I don't think there would be, but just in case. So I took a piece of Aida, like an old scrap, and I just kind of folded it over top of where I'm clamping, just to add a little extra. And these are like, remember this old guy? And this one's gonna get finished very soon, and I have no idea what's happening with this, but at least I don't have a drawer shame. I have these hanging, they're ironed, except this got creased because I was careless and I did something, so I can just like flatten that again. But really fun. Even if you don't have one of these hangers that has clips, you just put like a chip clip on either side, or you do what you gotta do. But I just wanted to share that method with you in case you didn't want to put them in a drawer or you don't want them to get wrinkled. I think that's what Jenny does, because she does long dogs, and like maybe she works on a few different long dogs at a time and doesn't want to leave them for a year. I don't know. So okay, that was my extra tip, and now haul. I have a good amount of haul. I ordered another project bag. I love buying Canadian project bags. Like I do need to stop, but in due time. So this one is from a new shop. It's here in Ontario, and it's called KraftnKrisKreations. And I'm gonna show you the bag because it was the pattern, but it was also like the quilty vibes of it. So here's the back, the sewing, the scissors, the hearts, like how stinking cute is that? And then the front is like patchwork, and it's buttons and pins, and oh my goodness. And then there's this little dog on the pole. She does this on all her bags. So I ordered this bag, and I will link it below. I had to have it. I I can slow down on project bags, but it wouldn't hurt if I kept buying. Let's just say that. Because I have a lot of bag ladies. Well, I don't mean to call you bag ladies, but you guys are my bag ladies because you make the bags and I love your bags, all of you. I have like 5 of you that I buy bags from. Okay, so then Durene Jones was having a sale at her Etsy shop a couple weeks ago, and so I bought this chart. I wanted to have these small so that I can just like maybe make them into ornaments for people, but they might be bigger than I thought. So, okay, tell me if you think this is too big. It is 40 by 40, 45 by 45-ish. Is that too big for an ornament? Maybe not. But aren't they cute? Yeah, I thought they were pretty cute. So, ordered those. Again, Durene Jones. Little, it says Merry Christmas, but I might do Meowie Christmas. I don't know. We know I'm extra, so. But I like these little Christmas lights. Can you see? Good. So this is Cat's Christmas, is this one. The other one was called Words Christmas Cards. And then the last thing I bought from her this time, because I bought lots from her before, is called Santa Ornament 3. So this one would require some sewing, and that excited me because I can do that. I'm not like a sewing person. I don't really know how to use my sewing machine. I have one. My husband has used it lots. I have not used it once. I've sewed in my life with a sewing machine and I've sewed by hand, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So I thought this was a good start, and I thought this Santa was really cute too. So picked that one up. Santa Ornament number 3. And there's instructions on how to finish it. So I'm gonna try. That's one of my goals this year, is to make that Santa ornament. And then I bought off Facebook stash. I can hear my kids, sorry. You probably can't, so I'm gonna just ignore it. You guys told me to just ignore it. I ordered this Christmas Angel of Peace by Forget Me Nots. This was on a Facebook D-stash group. Oh, I just love her. I'm not like a huge angel person, but this piece, I love that it was an angel. I love how delicate and lacy the wings look, and it just felt Christmas magic when I saw this, so I was like, I have to have it. And my husband really likes it. Actually, funny little tidbit about my husband. I was catching up with Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, because I hadn't watched her last few videos, and so my husband had caught a few, and he always likes what Julie's stitching, actually, because whenever he's caught her in the past when I'm watching, he's like, oh, I like that one, or I like this. So she was stitching her birthday piece, which is a Mirabilia, and he's like, that's really cool. He liked that one. And then she was also stitching, in a different episode that he caught, she was stitching the Autumn Lane one that everyone's doing, the Sea Witch, or I don't know what it's called now, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And he was in love with that piece. He's like, that is so cool. He's like, that's one of the coolest cross stitch pieces I've ever seen. So we know what kind of stitcher Brad would be. He'd be like a Mira stitcher. Like, he likes the Mirabilia. He likes the ladies, I should say. So anyways, I picked this one up. He loved it. I'm looking forward to stitching this eventually. And this is the closest. No, I do have one Mirabilia that someone sent me that I want to start stitching this year, and it's a mermaid, and then this one. So these are my 2 girls that I have, is this one and my mermaid. And then fabric. I ordered fabric so that I could finish Home for Christmas. Sorry for the crinklies. Okay, so I ordered this because I thought it might look good on the sleigh with Home for Christmas. And if it doesn't, I can use it for anything else. So I ordered that. And then I ordered some fun stuff. This was like an end of a roll piece of these tulips that I just think are so cute. Let me see if I know the names of any of this. This is Kathy Nordstrom Floral Splendor Geometric. So I ordered a good healthy piece of this. And maybe I'll make a project bag like Elizabeth Ann can stitch. She did her tutorial. It's there for me to use. I need to just go ahead and use it. So, but then I ordered this pack. Let's see, it's called a fat quarter bundle. Probably all of you quilters know that. I don't, and it came with like these toothbrushes and then like a solid, and then I don't even know what this one is. Let's open this one up a little bit more. It's like old school. It's giving me 70s vibes. We've got like the rotary phone and like a little vase with a flower, and are those Pels? It's a fun, oh, there's a cat on it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to open this up. This looks like my cat that I had growing up named Sega. There's bananas, there's all sorts of stuff. So this is like a really fun one. Maybe the fabric girls know what this is called, or guys. Fabric guys and gals. And then, oh shoot, now I don't know how to fold it back up all nice the way they had it. Oh well, it's okay. That's what I tell myself sometimes, and things are not okay. I have no right saying this okay, but it is okay. And then it came with like a solid, and then this boombox, the radio, which I thought was so cute, and then a solid. So those are my fabrics. I'm getting a little teeny fabric stash, which is fun for me. It's better than the teeny little mustache I'm getting. Just kidding, but really I wish I didn't have a mustache. I know I'm not the only one, and I don't always have it because I get rid of it sometimes. And then, okay, so that's my haul. I don't know how long this video is because it's in 2 parts because that call interrupted it, but I have a little bit of Stitchy Kindness. I keep every card you guys send me. I love it. You guys are so amazing to me. But this is a Stitchy Kindness from a friend of mine, Joelle. You may recall, if you've been watching all the episodes, she is the 12-strand bandit. She tried to, her first cross-stitch piece, she stitched with 12 strands of floss. She successfully stitched it with, she broke a needle, of course. I don't even know how she got all 12 on there, but but Joelle, she has a podcast and it's called What's Your Story? And she interviewed me for it, and I speak about loss of a parent. That's the focus of it. It's a little bit about my life, but it's about the loss of a parent and how grief can kind of take from you, but what I've really decided to take from grief. So as a thank you for being on her podcast, it actually just came out today. So I'll post a link to it in the description in case you want to hear me yak your ear off even more. But here's the book that she gave me as part of a thank you. It's Feminist Icon Cross Stitch. And it's a really cool book because like it has all these that you can cross stitch, but also you can just read about them. Like there's like a little write-up about all these different really amazing women like Cleopatra and Michelle Obama and Eleanor Roosevelt and Marie Curie. So like there's like the picture and then there's like the story. Oops, that's Susan B. Anthony. Sojourner, why can't I say that? Sojourner Truth. And then it's like a write-up. So that was from Joelle. Thank you, Joelle. And that's like all that stuff. We got all the haul / Stitchy Kindness out of the way. So what rhymes with out of the way? Giveaway. Sort of. You don't really rhyme way with way, but whatever. Okay, so on to the winner of the second vinyl project bag by Gamma's, or from Gamma's Treasure Shop. Thank you, Dawn. The second winner is, oh, I did random comment generator. I'm hoping it shows up. I don't know. I haven't edited. But it goes to Nancy Ciampa, or Chiampa, because I don't know how to say anything. And you chose Hey Jude. So congratulations, you have won the other bag. My email will be listed in the description below. Please comment me and I will, please email me and I will get in touch with you and with Dawn and you can choose your bag and we'll make sure it gets to you. I just have to share one comment that made me laugh really hard. There were a few that made me laugh, but this made me laugh so hard because I just love the spirit of this person. Jasmine. Jasmine left me a comment and she said that having to choose a favorite Beatles song was like having to choose a favorite child. And she said for her, it's more like, what's your favorite Beatles album? And I was like, oh, sure. Like, favorite album, that makes sense because the Beatles have so many songs, right? And so then she's like, it's a favorite Beatles album. And it's a 4-way tie between albums. She said, I have to read. She didn't choose one song. She didn't choose one album. She chose 4 albums as her favorite song, which I love so much. She said Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, Hard Day's Night, and Let It Be. And I love it because she was like, I'm not leaving any behind. I love all these songs and you're not going to trick me, Kathleen, by making me pick one because I'm picking them all. So Jasmine, thank you for making me smile, and I love how much you love the Beatles, and also I love that you play by your own rules. That's a girl after my own heart. Okay. I think that's everything. I don't know. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and I love that you let me spend some time with you every couple weeks. it is really nice to have this right now during these stay-at-home order days for sure. And I don't know, you guys put up with my silly stuff. I think most FlossTubers are like, grab a tea, let's sit down. I'm like, grab an energy drink, let's buckle up. I've never drank an energy drink though, just for the record. I do not drink energy drinks and I have never tried one before. Not that there's anything wrong with people that drink energy drinks. My husband drinks them all the time. I just haven't. Just in case you think that's what's getting me like all like ramped up. No, that's just all me. So if you would like to email me, my email will be in the description box below. Leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram. It's at StitchuationNormal. At StitchuationNormal. And I post just little behind the scenes, what I'm working on and what I'm doing here. And that's episode 4. I can see my kids. They're looking at me and I'm panicking because I get so distracted. So episode 24 is done. Thank you. I want you to keep stitching your story and I will see you next time. Bye.